Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the podcast this Monday. I hope you are blessed today. I know you're going to be after reading Exodus chapter 18.
You betcha. So, you want to give... I'm jumping in. We got a lot. You want to give us a recap? We got 18 chapters.
I'm trying to give a recap and you keep
cutting you off? I'm sorry. I'm quiet.
Okay. So you guys, 18 chapters of Exodus and so much has happened. If we go all the way back to the beginning, you're going to meet this guy, Moses. But even before that, we know that the Israelites have been in captivity. They have come under enslavement from Pharaoh because he forgot about who they were and kind of what they had done. Mm-hmm. And then Moses was saved in infancy. Moses flees in his adult life after he's raised in the Egyptian palace. Is that what I would say? I don't know. Yeah. After he's raised there, he flees to Midian. That's where he meets this father-in-law that we're going to read about today and his wife. And the Lord meets him out in the desert and says, it's time to go back to Egypt. We're going to rescue the Israelites. And so we read about that in the last few chapters. Plagues happened.
Lots of plagues.
And some amazing miracles happened. We read about the Red Sea. And now we're coming to this spot where we've got, close to a few million people now.
Yes.
Under Moses' leadership out wandering around. And Moses has been the guy.
That's important to note because it says somewhere we read there were 600,000 men.
Yeah, that was back in chapter 10 or
let's
something.
Let's say each dude's got 2 kids and a wife. You're looking at 2.4 mil.
How'd you get that math?
I'm really good at math.
That was really fast.
I'm really not. I had done the math in my head before we got to this point.
Okay.
But regardless, there's a lot of people, millions, plural, of people. Mm-hmm. And Moses, like you said, has been the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so chapter 17, we read about, how he's providing water. He hits this rock, and then, there's this battle with Moses' arms. And it's literally just like, okay, Moses is doing stuff here.
History thinks that Hur, H-U-R, is his brother-in-law, possibly Miriam's husband.
That's so fun.
Thanks for that factoid. So anyways, Jethro visits Moses. We look at...
That's where we're at, yeah.
The reuniting here.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 18, verse 1 and 2, it says, Now Jethro, the priest of Midian and father-in-law of Moses, heard everything God had done for Moses and for the people of Israel and how the Lord brought them out of Egypt. After Moses had sent his wife Zipporah, his father-in-law Jethro received her and her 2 sons. So I guess there we were wondering, when did he send them away?
Yeah.
And I guess we don't know.
Yeah, before the plagues, during the plague, maybe the gnats. That's pretty nasty.
Yeah, if I saw them gnats out of bounds too. I'm out of here. Going to my dad's house. We're not sure. But anyways, they're reunited, and it seems to be a good thing. Mm-hmm. No hard feelings that we can tell. Mm-hmm. But what's cool about this is now Jethro, who was not really a believer at the time of Yahweh, has been around us now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they catch up, and he gets to hear all that God's done. And in verse 12, you have a really cool scene. It says,
what is it?
Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and other sacrifices to God.
Right.
So not to other gods, but to God.
Yeah.
And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat a meal with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. What's really special about this gets me excited, is that this is the beginning of the priestly line. Aaron...
Right.
Yep. From his descendants, you have the Levites, and that become the high priest, the priest. And this is very important right here.
This is the beginning.
This is the beginning. That's right. So, Bob, what happens next?
Well, this is kind of the heart of where we want to spend some time is, you see Moses is taking his seat to serve as judge and kind of what that means.
Real quick, remind me, over how many people?
Yeah, well, you said 2.4 million. I might need to check the math. But literally, it's just Moses. And he's meeting with people all day, day and night, dealing with issues. And it's,
he stole my sandal. He took my robe.
Right. Who knows?
She's cheating on me.
Probably.
Everyone's got to go to Moses.
Well, yeah, and the Israelites are pretty whiny, like us. We've seen that in the past. Why did they already say that about the water?
Crazy group of people here.
Did you bring us out here to die of thirst? In chapter 17. Anyway, and so I'll go ahead and read. What am I reading?
Verses 19 through 23.
Or are we summarizing first?
No, that's really you summarized it very well.
Okay, well, what ends up happening, though, is Jethro comes to offer him a word of advice and just say, Moses, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's get some other people. Let's raise up capable people, put them in leadership roles here, put them over 10s,
Yeah.
50s.
You read that because that's what happens in verses 19 to 23, I think.
Oh, great.
But Moses has just got to be tired at this point.
Totally burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll pick up. So this is when Jethro's talking, and Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, is talking to him, verses 19 through 23. Listen now to me, and I will give you some advice, and may God be with you. You must be the people's representative before God and bring their disputes to him. Teach them the decrees and laws, and show them the way to live and the duties they are to perform. But select capable men from all the people, men who fear God, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain, and appoint them as officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Have them serve as judges for the people at all times, but have them bring every difficult case to you. The simple cases they can decide for themselves. That will make your load lighter, because they will share it with you. If you do this, and God so commands, you will be able to stand the strain, and all these people will go home satisfied. It's
love
a
it.
nice little story.
Good father-in-law, way to bring some sound advice.
Yeah.
Basically saying, dude, I love that you're doing this, Moses, but you can't do this yourself.
Yeah.
You got to delegate it. And so there's a learning there for us, like in terms of whether you're a leader and you're a person of influence over your family, maybe over a friend group, maybe over at your work or your school. I don't know, but you're a leader to some capacity and you have influence. Like, what do we have to learn from this? It's better to be part of a team.
100%. Yeah.
So up to this point, you had Aaron to help. You had Miriam, you had Joshua and some Caleb, now her. But now it's really the infrastructure of it is cool. I guess what I appreciate about this is you look back at Moses' life in Egypt and how his probably legal learnings, his understanding of the court systems, everything he learned in Egypt, he is now being able to apply here. And what makes it better is that now you have God-honoring ways. It's for Yahweh. I think of Ruth Zimquist. She's like our business administrator here. She's like the mom of the church. She keeps all of us in line. She knows how to do everything. If your computer goes out, talk to Ruth.
Yeah.
You need a key, talk to Ruth. Your email, something happened, talk to Ruth. Taxes, go talk to Ruth. Like she's just the woman gifted in many ways. But as I heard her story, she worked at a bank, she worked at the Queen Mary. There are different things that she did that prepared her to do what she's doing at Emmanuel, which is a little bit of everything. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, total gift.
When you look at Moses' story.
Right, yeah. Well, other things that you read here too just kind of sound like things that we hear other places in the Bible too. Like the Proverbs talk all about surrounding yourself with wise people and keeping good company. What is that? That's in the New Testament.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians.
Proverbs 11:14, no guidance. Right, people fall through the cracks and there's no guidance. And that was an interesting statement here is like, so, let's bless this and people will go home satisfied, feeling, heard, loved, and also guided too.
Yeah. So as a Christian, we're part of a body of Christ. We're meant to belong and we have stuff to contribute. And we see already early examples of this in Exodus, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But let's wrap up with this. You had said something profound to me as we were talking about it in verse 20 and talking about like why, because this all makes sense and it's good, but there's still going to be failure.
Yeah, yeah. Verse 20 sounds like this. Teach them the decrees and laws and show them the way to live and the duties they are to perform. Another translation, I think, says the way they are to behave.
Yeah.
And we're going to see that all throughout the book of Exodus is, they're going to get the 10 Commandments. So this is how you're supposed to live. These are, the types of behaviors you're supposed to do and not do. And all of this is pointing us to Jesus because the law is helping us understand our inability, but it's not helping us understand
heart change.
Exactly.
Or
like
real
total redemption.
Growth. And even Moses, that dude fails royally.
100%. Yeah.
He's a great leader.
So this is pointing us already, this verse is pointing us to Jesus by saying, you can have the right performance, you can have the right behavior, but unless you have a heart change, which only comes through accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, it's, not going to do it. And so we're already seeing glimpses of that. And just another word actually that's coming to me before we let you guys go, that did stick out, but we didn't write it down when we were processing it was receive encouragement, receive advice.
Yeah.
Jethro's word here could fall on a hard heart and deaf ears if Moses.
Like, get out of my way, Dad. I know what I'm doing.
Yes, exactly. And so I think that's a word for me. Maybe it's for someone else too today. receive encouragement, receive advice. This is from someone that really loves Moses, who has been in Moses' life, who, is going to be in Moses' life continued. So this is a person, have boundaries, but I would say just have a soft heart when people,
teachable heart.
And a teachable spirit. So it'll be a gift for you, but also for an edifying to the body. So that's kind of what stuck out for us for Exodus chapter 18. Thanks so much for listening, you guys. We will be back with you on Wednesday, chapter 20.
Yep.
Exodus chapter 20. God bless you today.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his countenance toward you and give you his peace. Have a great day.